We'll do a 5-minute little warm up with a few things. So you'll start in a tabletop. So I want you to set your shoulder blades in your back pockets. Okay, so your wrists are stacked right under your shoulders. Open the hands. Fingers are wide so you feel even on the hands even. Your knees are stacked right underneath your hip bones. And you're just gonna keep your spine nice and long like this. Relax your belly. We're gonna do 3 seatbelt holds. So take a breath in, and then on that exhale, I want you to draw the lower belly up and hold it there. You're breathing normal as you hold, spine stays long, and just focus on the feeling of holding your pee. Okay, hold your pee, ladies, think of a Kegel. 3, 2, and release just your belly. Keep your spine long. Take a breath in, and then exhale, shrink wrap up. With every exhale, just feel that you draw the belly up a little bit more. If you think about holding your pee, that kind of gets the brain down into the lower abdominals and pelvic floor. 3, 2, and release just your belly. Take a breath in, and then exhale, shrink wrap up again. So you're only focusing on that internal activation. Feel your internal seat belt from hip to hip. With every exhale, just shrink wrap a little more. For 3, 2, and release. Okay, let's take it down now. You can sit your butt back on your heels. You're gonna pull your elbows right into your knees. And let's start with our left hand. You're gonna go palm down on your left hip. Okay, your goal is gonna be to keep the right forearm on the mat. I want you to do a little pelvic tilt, so a little butt tuck right here. And you're gonna keep your hips square on your heels. You're gonna take a breath in, bring that left shoulder down to the mat as much as you can. And then exhale, rotate from your mid back. Press through the floor and just open up to the ceiling. Inhale, come down. Exhale, open up. So we're just warming up that mid-thoracic rotation. You're keeping your hips square with that little pelvic tilt. We'll do one more with the palm down. Then you're gonna flip your hand so your palm is up, same side. So breath in with the shoulder down, and then exhale, open up. Keeping the hips square. Inhale, get a little bit more range of motion every time. We'll do one more on this side. Breath in, come down. And then exhale. Good. Okay, let's match that up on the other side. So that left elbow, right hand goes on the right hip, palm down. Make sure you got that little pelvic tilt. Inhale to bring the shoulder down. Exhale, just rotate from your mid-spine. Inhale to come down, keep the hips square. And the breathing's not an exact science, but feels good when you just think of exhaling on that shrink wrap part. Okay, now 3 with the palm up. So breath in as you're down, exhale. It's like the upper back and moves as a whole, just moving right from the mid back. Sometimes you don't even realize how tight you are in your mid back. We'll do one more. Very nice. Okay, now let's do a little bit of hip and groin. So you're gonna come up on your hands. I want you to bring your left foot up by your left hands. You can keep your right knee back. You're gonna immediately feel a stretch wherever you're tight. And I want you just to kind of shift around. So your weight's on that front foot and your hands, and just kind of shift around. You can even lift that back knee up if you want. But with this Pilates program, the legs are up in the air a lot, and our hip flexors are sometimes overactive or like to kick in and dominate, take over. So it's good to just kind of shift around, get things kind of loosened up. You might not have even known we're tight. So let's just match that little bit of movement up on the other side. You'll take your right foot up by your right hand, and you've got your hands to support you, and just kind of find what's good, shift around. You could lift that back knee up if you like, but you're keeping your right foot grounded. And so that's helping you stabilize. So you're really feeling that no matter where you're kind of shifting and turning around. And we'll just do a couple more movements here, and we'll be going on to our back. So let's take this little warm up onto our back, and we'll connect with some more pelvic floor and lower abdominals. Okay, so find your neutral spine. So that's going to mean that your feet and knees are all in line with your hips and shoulders, and you got a little bit of space at your lower back. So that means you're neutral. Your pubic bone and both your hip bones sit at the same height. So we're gonna do 3 pelvic tilt holds, okay, for 20 seconds each. So take a breath in to prepare, and then on your exhale, shorten that distance, bottom rib, top of the hip. Just a little movement, hold that there. So it's like you're not really forcing your back to flatten on the mat. You're just internally shortening that distance. Think about holding your pee. Shoulders are relaxed for 3, 2, and release. Pretty small movement. We'll do 2 more. Breath in, prepare. On that exhale, pelvic tilt back. Not a huge movement. You really want to absorb that energy from hip to hip. Not a lot of activation in the rib cage and in the upper abdominals. Let's release that. Okay, we'll do 1 more. So breath in to prepare. Exhale, pelvic tilt back. Keeping the chest and shoulders relaxed. Focus on it internally. All those larger muscle groups want to kick in and take over. So relax the shoulders and just think of that internal activation. Holding your pee, that gets the brain right down into those lower abdominals. Okay, release that. I want you to push your left leg long down the floor. Okay, let that left toe just kind of turn out and relax there. Little Pilates turn out, pull your right knee in, and let's do a little extra hip mobility here. I want you to use your hands so you can relax in that right leg and pull it across. You're gonna feel what you need to feel in that right hip, and then use your hands and pull that knee open to the side, where you're gonna open up the hip flexors and the groin. We're gonna do a few of these side to side. Pull it over. Nice. Think about keeping your shoulder blades on the mat. Just use the hands to get a little extra. Find what's good. Maybe like 3 to 5 to each side. Getting a little bit more circulation and blood flow into those tight muscles and connective tissue in the hip. Let's do 1 more to each side. Warming things up. And then we'll push that right leg long and match that up. So left knee comes in. You can just let that right toe kind of turn out and relax. And pull it across. Woo! Feeling that for sure. And you could let your hips chase you a little bit. That's all right. But think of keeping your shoulders on the floor. And always breathe in, always breathe in. If you're really tight, maybe you're going a little slower and kind of breathing into it a little bit more. And if you're just going for a little bit more movement, you can move faster. We're going to do the next part of our little warm-up, which is going to be our pelvic tilt holds. So let's just bend both those knees, find your neutral pelvis again, which means that your hips and pubic bone all sit at the same height. Okay, so we're gonna add that. We're gonna do our pelvic tilt, but we're also gonna add a little roll up where you're gonna articulate your upper neck vertebrae with the chin. Make sure your neck doesn't pick up your chin. So let's put our fingertips behind the head to gently support it. While you're here, think of your shoulders down away from the ears, elbows wide. Okay, so step by step, you're gonna take a breath in to prepare. On your exhale, pelvic tilt back. Next step, chin rolls up and hold here. Okay, so we're really shortening this distance, bottom ribs, top of the hips, legs are relaxed. Okay, shoulders are down away from the ears, elbows are wide, keeping the chin tucked forward, no space between the floor and your back. 4, 3, 2, and release back down. Breath in, exhale, pelvic tilt, chin rolls up. Keep those shoulders set. We're gonna do 3 of these total. With every exhale, really shrink wrap into those abdominals even more. Shoulders down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release down. Feeling the love. Okay, let's do 1 more. Breath in. Exhale, pelvic tilt back. Chin rolls up. Holding here, you guys. Keep holding. See if you can shorten that distance a little more. Keep the shoulders down, feet are really light on the floor, neck is supported. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release down. You're gonna just take your arms out, open the feet wide, and you can finish that little warm up with a few knee drops side to side, and that'll get you set up for any program in the gym, if you're coming in for any class, or whatever you feel that you connect with out of those in your warm up. Always great to incorporate all of this into your everyday.